Welcome to BaytBushra. I'm Bushra and this is my home. Today we're making a ghraybeh. So ghraybeh is the cookie of my dreams. It's the cookie of my childhood. When my grandpa used to buy like packages of these, we would eat them very, very quickly and I would eat a lot of them. So basically it's a shortbread, Middle Eastern shortbread, like I said, and it is comprised of very minimal ingredients: flour, butter or samneh, pistachio, and a little bit of salt. Oh, powdered sugar, that's the other one, yeah. To make this as authentic as possible, instead of using butter, you should use ghee or clarified butter. You can clarify your own butter. A Middle Eastern high, top quality samneh or ghee is the best. It will give you the best flavor since the ingredients are so minimal. And we're gonna get started right away. There will be an emoji somewhere in this video, so look for it. And if you do, go to my Instagram to find out how to enter my giveaway. It's a Find the Emoji giveaway. It's a very small, humble token of appreciation that I want to give you guys. So go to my Instagram to find out more information on that. And let's get started. So this is everything you're going to need today. In this bowl, I have some flour and a dash of salt, probably an eighth of a teaspoon of salt. That's optional. I also have some powdered sugar and some butter. This is actually ghee or clarified butter, also known as samneh. And I have pistachios. First thing we need to do is to cream together the sugar and butter. You can do this in a stand mixer if you like. It will definitely be a lot faster. But for those of you who don't have a stand mixer, I want to show you what it will look like and how it will turn out if you just use a regular spatula like this or wooden spoon. It will turn out really beautifully. So do what makes you happy, what's easiest for you. Okay, I'm gonna move the flour to the side. And what I wanna do is start with the butter. My butter is room temperature. I don't want it too soft and I don't want it too firm. It's just easily spreadable like that. And I'm going to put all of this. Good ghraybeh will be airy and fluffy. So you wanna do this gently in the beginning, and then we're going to put some air into it by just really whisking by hand. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. Very fluffy, very pale. I'm just creaming it. I'm just kind of pushing it against the sides to get rid of any lumps. If your powdered sugar is maybe a little bit older or a little bit lumpy, you can also sift this before you put it with the butter. Ghraybeh is the queen of Middle Eastern shortbreads. I'm going to put them into this bowl because I think it's easier for you to see. It's nice and fluffy. And I'm just going to put this here. I'm going to do a little bit at a time. Okay. Oh my goodness. Bismillah, mashallah. Some people like to add flavorings to it, like orange blossom water or rose water, I mean. I don't like to do that. I think Ghraybeh's flavor comes from good quality samneh. I'm going to actually get rid of this now and just use my hand for the rest of it. At first it looks too crumbly. Trust me, it's not. You know it's ready when it crumbles, it doesn't stick. Big pieces don't stick to your hand. Also, if you squeeze it together, it stays as one piece. If you squeeze it together, it's going to stay as one piece. That's how you know it's ready, okay? I'm going to chill it for a little bit. I'm gonna chill this for 15 minutes. Here's my dough, it's been chilling. If yours is too rock solid, probably wait a few minutes and then start working with it. I'm going to show you two ways to do it. So this is maybe about a tablespoon of dough. You mix it in your hand, it will form together, okay? And I'm just going to press it down and shape it into a circle. I'm trying to show you how to do this with as little, extra equipment as possible. I always like to consider that maybe the person who is watching this doesn't really have a lot of fancy gadgets and tools. So this is what it would look like, okay? And you want to just make it into a circle, and then you will take a pistachio and put it a little bit off center, just like that, okay? And that's it. There's one done. I'm going to show you the other way. Okay, you just want to roll it nice and thin here, just like that. Thinner, not too thin. Of course, you don't want it to break. And then you just take the sides and you fold them in on each other. Okay. And then where the seam is, I'm just gonna put pistachio right there to cover the seam and to give it that classic, oh, there we go, classic ghraybeh look. Okay, so these are the two shapes that you can have. Clearly this one is much smaller. So if you're going to make both shapes, don't mix them on the same tray because they're going to cook at different time. Okay, and then you just want to repeat until you have a whole tray, until you have used up all of your dough. So I did half my batch with this shape, and then I'm doing the other half of the batch in another shape. I have my 1 teaspoon here measurer. These ones are probably about a tablespoon. I didn't actually measure them, I just eyeballed them. Actually, I'm gonna warm it up with my hand so that they can stick together. And then I've been doing this in my hand just like this. You can also do it on the table, but I find it's hard to pick it up because it's a little bit melted. And then you just take the two sides and you kind of overlap them a little bit, slightly, just like that. And then you want to take a small pistachio and you put it over the seam. All the ingredients and measurements are listed in the description box, as well as the full recipe on my blog. And it will make about 50 of the small shapes, or I think 25 of the bigger shapes. So as you can see here, I cut my parchment paper. I'm not going to cook these together, but I am going to chill it on the same tray. We're gonna chill it for about 30 minutes. You need to do this because if you don't chill the cookies, it's mainly butter. And if the butter starts to ooze out, then you're gonna have a big buttery mess. So to keep the shape, you need to put these into the oven when they're cold. So my ghraybeh is done and it has cooled and it is so delicious. And I like the, I have them here in front of me. I like the ring ones. Those are more reminiscent of like the Syrian ghraybeh that my grandpa used to buy. Of course, the circular ones are good too. A couple of things is that if you saw when I was showing the underside of the ghraybeh, that it was very barely touched by color. That's important because if you leave the ghraybeh in the oven for too long, it will dry out and then it will be crunchy. And a crunchy ghraybeh is not a good ghraybeh. Ghraybeh should be like melt in your mouth. The cookie will stick to your fingers very slightly. Okay, that's a good sign. And just leave it out. It will continue to cook and to cool outside of the oven. So don't leave it in the oven for too long. Okay, we're gonna try this. I can't wait. It's so melty. Pistachio is crunchy. There's a tiny bit of crunch in terms of that, you know, that it's not just like a butter in your mouth. Even in the beginning, it starts to melt by itself. So perfect. Thank you so much for watching and for being here and for choosing my Ghraybeh video as today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you remake my recipes, make sure you tag me on Instagram. I want to show you remakes to the world. Leave a comment, guys. Comments are great. Go make some Ghraybeh. You're going to love it. And I will see you next time, inshallah. So the fatter ones are so much better because they had less time to cook. So I would say 8 to 10 minutes max for your cooking.